Got it. Alright, so that was the basic combo there that you guys saw. The Vegeta staircase loops, corner loops, or what Vegeta loops, whatever you want to call it. It took me quite a while to get it, so I'm going to go over what's going on here bit by bit to try and, I guess, save you guys the trouble of having to figure out what exactly each component is and some of the awkward timing to this stuff, because I found this to be like one of the harder Dragon Ball combos I've ever had. Well, probably the hardest I've ever spent a lot of time on. Normally, a lot of Dragon Ball combos, most combos, they're not too difficult timing wise. You just kind of do whatever and they end up sort of mostly working out. This one has very, very specific timings where if you press a button at the wrong time, it'll lock you out from doing like subsequent moves and all that. So yeah, let's just kind of, I guess, first off, explain what each of the moves are here. So we're going to be starting out with, let's go back to the beginning of the video. So we're starting out, I mean, starting of a combo is variable. This is whatever. We're just starting with a 2M to start out, so a low medium to just start out with. Float them with a standing medium. Then you go into a jump medium. Jump cancel into another medium. And then you go into a regular just S or special, I guess it is the button, for the fireball, which sends the guy downwards. And this is the first tricky part here. The rest of this is whatever. You can kind of do that. I mean, you have to do it relatively quick. I mean, it's easier if you do it relatively quick. So you keep things tight. And that first little bit's not too tough here. This air, so I guess in the air light, so you're pressing a light button. The timing on that is actually quite tricky. It took me a while to get that specifically. Because if you try and follow up the light right after the special, you basically lock yourself out of being able to do lights for whatever reason. That's what it seemed like to me. So you actually have to hold pressing the light button for quite a while after pressing the light. I mean, in realistic terms, it's not actually that long. But in terms of how quickly the combo is going up until that point, there's just kind of like a sudden break. And the best way, or really, I don't know, the only way I have to describe it is that the light timing after the special just feels wrong. That's how I was phrasing it. It's like, it feels like it's wrong, but it's right. So if you feel like you're not doing the combo properly in terms of when you're landing the light because it's so late, you're actually doing it correctly. So this link here is a little bit tricky as well. I don't know if link's the right term for it. But what happens is, see how Vegeta's in a crouch motion like that? That is not normal for him landing. Normally when Vegeta lands, he just kind of stands there and you can do whatever. But the thing is, when you do a ki blast in the air, a special, it basically causes him to have this landing animation like this, where he's just kind of like crouched in, like, you know, you kind of see him doing that. So it actually delays you being able to do anything. So it makes doing this jab a little bit tricky. I've just been kind of like, after I land that initial air light, I just start mashing jab. Not like super hard, because if you mash jab too hard, you'll go into an auto combo on the ground, which is absolutely not what you want. It'll just screw everything up. But, you know, mash it just to a point where you see you get the jab out, or if you know the timing, just press it once. You know, it's up to your experience level. When you're first trying to get it, it's probably easier just to like press the, you know, the light button maybe 5-6 times in rapid succession, like, you know, quickly tap it. And it'll, you know, you usually get this jab right there. Now here's the other tricky part. So it's a bunch of tricky things in rapid succession. This is kind of like the break point in the combo, where it's gonna like probably take you a while. You know, if you're not familiar with this sort of stuff. It certainly took me a while at any rate. Because there's like 3 things that are rather precise you have to do in rapid succession. And you're going to be screwing up here a lot. But once you can reliably get past this point here, the rest of the combo is not too bad. So what's happening here is if you want to do the combo this way. So again, I probably should have mentioned at the beginning, there's a bunch of ways, probably easier ways and whatnot to do this combo. But this is a specific one that just deals with doing all medium attacks. So there we go. And then so what you need there is a super jump. Notice how high you jump there. That you can probably tell high. That's like not a normal jump. You need to get a super jump. Now the problem here is that getting the super jump in and of itself is not terribly difficult. You just kind of like, you do the jab and immediately do a super jump kind of thing. You can even buffer it a bit. The problem is that now this is one instance where I figure probably doing it on a stick might be easier. I'm not totally certain. I play on pad, but the problem I was having is when you go to do a super jump, your finger kind of passes over, you know, with the directional thing, a 3, so diagonal forward down. It kind of like clips that, I don't know, gate, if you will, on the D-pad. And what happens if you do that is you end up basically doing a quarter circle motion into a medium kick, which means you get his command like input. I forget what it's called, but the kick where he just kind of like shoots forward. You'll know because you'll screw it up yourself if you're just trying this, most likely. So what you have to, there's a number of ways of getting around that. The easiest way I found was actually, oddly enough, starting your finger in the, or well, I guess it's opposite on the webcam here. So in the diagonal down forward position, and totally skipping over like that straight down motion that you might normally start with a super jump. So you start at 3, so like this, and then just kind of like go up to the 9 position, so diagonally up, and then you just kind of like do that shooting up super jump. And you also have to basically attack immediately. You can't really hold that medium you see Vegeta doing right there. All right, so moving on. Then you do immediately after that, so you go medium light. Then there's another Ki Blast. Ki Blast sends them down. At this point, this isn't too difficult, but you can screw this one up here. At this point, just start going into an auto combo, so a light, but you don't end it with an auto combo. If you do it like a total auto combo, you'll smash him downwards at this point. Obviously, you don't want that, or you don't want that. So what you want is light, and then down heavy, or 2H. Kick him up in the air. That's a launch. You still have your super dash at this point, so you can chase. At this point, you're going to go light, or no, medium. Sorry, ignore the light. You go medium S, so medium special. This is a little bit tricky here. Again, much like before, because this is another loop. When you land a Ki Blast or a special, you need to wait a bit before you start pressing the light button. It doesn't seem to be quite as strict here for whatever reason, but it definitely seems to help, or might even be necessary to like definitely wait a bit until you start hitting that light button. So if you go like Ki Blast light, it seems to not work particularly well. So you got to go like Ki Blast light kind of thing. So remember, there's a delay right there. That's the key to it. And then from there, you just go light. So auto combo again. Don't complete the auto combo. Go 2H. So down heavy. Like, don't launch him, but, do that pseudo launch thing where you kind of like hit him up in the air. Jump cancel that. And go. Now from here, it's just easy auto combo. It's light, down heavy. Or light. And then it'll finish the auto combo with a smash down in the ground. And then from here, presumably you could, do whatever you want afterwards. I don't do anything. It's just like, that's the thing. But, from there, obviously you could do a level 3, a level 1, bring in DHCs, etc., etc. So, yeah, that is the combo right there. I did my best to explain it. If anything is not particularly clear, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Like I said, it took me a really long time to get this. Granted, it actually took me about 5 hours to get this once, which is kind of extreme. I don't expect it to take, if you're particularly good with combos and stuff, and you've been doing fighting games a long time, it shouldn't take you that long. The thing was, I was like really tired, and my wrist was actually hurting kind of bad for the last 2 hours. So, realistically, I probably could have got it about maybe the 2-3 hour mark. But your mileage may vary. Just keep at it, and you should eventually get this. Most of it, though, was, definitely me trying to, the issue was trying to figure out these timings. Because I see a lot of stuff out there that shows what you need to do roughly, but it doesn't explain, the minute details of the timing. And if you just kind of sort of mash at it and do whatever, it's very difficult to get. I had to kind of almost sort of scientifically take apart each aspect of the combo and rule out timings of when I couldn't press the button. So I sort of dissected the combo that way, and eventually I figured out where all these the frames, if you will, of where each button needed to be pressed. So this is what I managed to figure out about the combo and best ways to go about it, at least for me. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around, and I'm probably up to stream more fighting games on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/bots. Goodbye.